The Como has been a part of my life as far back as I can remember.
I've been involved with the Como since I was 5 years old.
I played basketball at the Como for 4 years, and now my little sister plays basketball at the Como.
I've been involved with the Como for about 3 years now.
Getting involved with the Como in 1980.
Some of my fondest memories in the Como would probably be when I used to do karate when I was younger.
My favorite memory is helping out with the kids.
Playing pool and going to the Friday night movies. I remember walking the girl down the street to the Friday night movies. It was a great time. It was a great time to be a kid. It was a great time to belong to the Como. Long live the Como.
We're very thankful to have the Como.
I'm indebted to the Como.
Son's life has been changed by being involved in the Como programs. The financial aid has enabled him to take classes that have helped him become a better person, that have helped him learn how to focus, have shaped the way that he draws and the way that he thinks.
The Como is a really great part of this community because it just brings people together, and we work, like in the winter as JLP members, we work some of the warm shelters, and it's so nice to be part of the community and just bring everyone together.
When I was asked to reflect about what the Como is, I started to think about it, and it's just amazing how pervasive it is in our community, how special it is to people, and how it has just become so much a part of life in this town.
I was in the group of the first members of the Stonington Como.
Well, we were involved at its inception, which is late 40s.
I used to walk home over the footbridge every afternoon coming back, and Mr. Turek was across the street working on the Como. So my buddy and I, who grew up by the ball fields too, we'd say, Mr. Turek, when is the place going to be ready? And he'd say, well, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or whatever. And we'd check with him every day. And finally when it opened, I think I had number 3 card that I was a member.
My memories of the Como more or less involved my children, and it was a fabulous place to be able to send them. And if you want to know, the telephone number is 535-2476. That must have been how many times I called, many times, send Mark home, send Dom home, please.
Some of my greatest childhood memories and my family's come from our use of the old Como, and from the movies. My first movie I saw was at the Como, and which was interesting to begin with because the screen was on a wall, not 50 yards from the railroad tracks. When a freight train went by, the movie would have to stop because you couldn't hear it, and the screen would be shaking so much.
Actually, Mystic had nothing, and the Como was the greatest thing that came along. They used to show movies, one night a week or every 2 weeks, and up on the 2nd or 3rd floor on Friday nights was all guys, and they had the Friday night boxing matches on TV, black and white.
It really was an important part of our family. It really and truly was. Well, it was, just after World War II, and all the fellows, they were coming home from the service, and they joined the Como, even though they were, like, say, 4 years older than the group that was here, and but we certainly did, and that was a light of my life, to remember it as meeting my husband here and dating and go on to get married and have a family. And then I had my children coming here also to the Como.
The legacy of the Como is very powerful. It's a touchstone in the community for people who've grown up here, the many generations who've spent time on the fields, in the buildings, all over the campus, connecting with other people, and it's also a very warm and welcoming place for newcomers to town. They can find friends and neighbors to connect with and a way to support the community they're living in.
Because of the Como, I have the honor of teaching these kids all of my passions, the privilege of watching them grow up, and the satisfaction of knowing that something that I taught them will stay with them forever. I honestly feel like I have the best job in the world.
Many people in the town began their tennis activity at the Como court.
The Como is so much a part of our community in ways you may not even consider. The beaches, Sandy Point, the children's garden, the playing fields, the Como itself, the thrift shop. All of these are part of what we have to offer to the town.
I think the Como is important for the community because it's kind of the heartbeat of the community.
Hi, I'm Katie Rudzinski. I'm a JLP member at the Stonington Como, and this is my second summer working the Village Fair. So as a JLP member, we do a lot of community service in the winter and over the summer working the summer camps. And it's just a lot of fun working with the kids, and you can see just being involved with them. You can see them smiling. It's so much fun just to play with them.
I'm Joe Master Joseph. I'm one of the members of the board. And this is Dave.
I'm Dave Rindell. We're here today. Joe and I I have a good humor truck that's restored, and we're selling good humor ice cream and donating all the proceeds to the Como. It's been very popular.
Look around. We got hundreds of people here, kids and families all coming out to support the Como, to play some games, buy some food, get some art, and participate in this wonderful community event. And to support this wonderful community organization, the Stonington Como.
So I'm Alexis Ann. I grew up here.
Yep.
I grew up on Water Street, and I've been a member of the Como, or was a member of the Como dating back to the early 60s. At that time, we learned about how to contribute to our community, how to volunteer, how the importance, significance of volunteering. And what the Como really meant, and it really did mean community, and does today. And so if I had one word to describe the Como, it would be synergy.
Along with volunteering to help people and things that we used to do, was kind of like, I think it kind of planted the seed for me. I've been a fireman for 40 years and chief for the last 23. And I think this is kind of where the seed was planted on volunteerism, without a doubt.
Here at the Como, we are dedicated to our family, friends, and neighbors. Together, we have built countless friendships and stories that are everlasting. Whether you're just stopping by or have been with us since the beginning, our only hope is that our legacy will continue on in you, as surely our Como legacy does not exist without the wonderful memories each and every one of you has given to us. We strive to remember and preserve that legacy as we look forward to making many more new memories to share. The Como is dedicated in our mission to continue what you, our neighbors, have already started. A legacy, and a great one at that. Creating and connecting with the community to build up such a legacy is an art that must be recognized, and that is what we are honoring. The Stonington Community Center, fondly known as the Como, is the art of community. And as the community, we'd like to give a big round of applause right back to you.